Welcome everyone to Khenpo Tenzin's meditation class on mindfulness, to episode 30. We will begin today's meditation class with opening prayers on the Yellow Prayer Book, page number 5. May all Mother Sentient beings, limitless as space, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. May all Mother Sentient beings, limitless as space, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. May all Mother Sentient beings, limitless as space, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion.
Do jin 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 de lo na ro da ma ba ma la ju je gam bo ba ba mo de ba je wan do gong ba ga ju lo ma nan je da jo je da na zra tam je da lo ma la ba la ye je so sa la zong yong de jam zeng a la wa den de don je de be ge le zo da zo lo ju zo ro war sin je lab de zo ju lam dan ro war sin je lab de Lam drova zevar zinja labda zo, drova ishi zanja vara zinja labda zo. Kange tenjen devan jong, gopa me baje pa me barda me. Owa me bandro me barda de tu me duje me, dripa nye je je tenpa, zoba zanje mananje, tamba de la shansar tu, drenje zeva la ma je je. Kuzondo je zelan da ge je lan pe da ge tenpa dan zanje je don la po jen de par zanje labda zo. Mene tashtele the Dhamma friends. Tashtele well. Thank you for coming coming for meditation session. And we have Buddha nature in our mind. And the Trikayas, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, they or the Trikayas, Dharmakaya, Sambhogakaya, Nimanakayas, they have Buddha nature. So we are not different. Those Trikayas, we are same. We are and these Trikayas, and we are same. But in temporarily, we are wearing different clothes, which means our Buddha nature wears samsaric thoughts. So in 2000 and 600 years ago, almost 600 years ago, Siddhartha Shakyamuni Buddha, he also weared thoughts until 35 years old. He wore thoughts, which means his mind covered by thoughts. So after, but around 29 years, when he was 29 years old, then he started to remove those clothes of thoughts from his mind. And then he undertaking hardship. But eventually, I mean, he diligently practiced, but eventually he found a special method, which is meditation. So he meditated, and then he could remove his clothes of thoughts on his mind. So then his name changed. Siddhartha changed, or Siddhartha transformed into the Buddha. So that's where we are same. We don't want to make Buddha nature. If we are going to make Buddha nature, then it's almost impossible. But fortunately, we do not create Buddha nature because we will have, and but we are going to remove some obscurations. But we are great practitioners, which means we do not have deep obscurations, so we can remove those obscurations the way of our meditation or through our meditation. So when we start to meditate, how should we meditate? Thus I am going to help you, and you should listen this. If you think it benefits, then you follow through this method. So I'm not trying to create Buddha nature in your mind, because I don't, because you have. So that's why when we meditate, we should meditate comfortably. Don't keep some struggles, problems, tensions. Don't keep anything. Give you freedom and relax, rest at ease. This is very important when you meditate. Very important method during your when you meditate. So the result of meditation is that perhaps we suddenly transform into the Buddha. This is a great result. If not, we will transform into the Bodhisattva. If not, we will reach on the peaceful stage. So at least we are going to experience peaceful mind. This is the result of meditation. But during meditation, if we keep more tensions and uncomfortable feelings, but we expect the result is peaceful, then this is not, it's impossible, which means because the karma cause and the effect. This is law of karma, I mean. So if you want peaceful results, you should rest peacefully. So that's where there is no our stage, peaceful stages are errant, far from us. Peaceful stages in our mind. So at least in this period of meditation, you try to rest peacefully. Try to rest peacefully. This is our benefit. And then we will experience some benefit of meditation. So that's why we should rest peacefully. But I say you should rest peacefully. It's quite difficult. So that's where because we have egoistic mind, self-grasping. So that's where when self-grasping arises in our mind, then we cannot find, we cannot find peaceful mind, or we cannot experience happiness or peaceful. So that's where is a special method. What is that? That special method is the bodhicitta. So bodhicitta means usually we focus here. So that's where I need something, I have something, I have this problem, I am uncomfortable. So always we add many things on the many problems, step by step. So now we are going to focus focus outside. But how should we focus? Is we should focus through the bodhicitta. This bodhicitta is immeasurable bodhicitta. So that's where when we focus, practice immeasurable bodhicitta, our mind opens our mind widely, openly. So that's where all problems, if something we have some inner problems, they just goes away, because they are like a smoke or fog. Smoke is good example. If we keep some smoke in some container, if we open that, the smoke goes away, and smoke goes away into the empty space, and it dissolves into space. Likewise, when we practice immeasurable bodhicitta, at that time, our tensions, anxieties, uncomfortable feelings, other afflictive emotions, they just goes away. They go away. They run away. So they disappear. So that's where the first method is the meditate on the this bodhicitta. Also, bodhicitta is extremely important. Bodhicitta is consecration of all the practice. Whether you meditate for 5 minutes or you do retreat for many years or practice for many years, bodhicitta is the pillar of the house, or pillar of the mandala of our practice. Bodhicitta is the consecration of our statues of practice or stupas of practice. So that's where now I will not talk too much, so please stay comfortably, whatever you have comfortable. So you sit comfortably, and then you have only single or one responsibility, because you are a meditator. So now you don't have other responsibility, but one responsibility is that gently close your eyes, and I will recite one sentence or one verse. So you follow that, and then practice through this way, okay? May all mother sentient beings have happiness and cause of happiness. Okay. Now we are going to meditate with our mind. So you start to actually, whether you focus your mind or not, it's okay if you can rest without thought. That's fine, but sometimes it's not easy to rest without thoughts. So that's where you start to focus at your mind. Focus at your mind, and you don't search. You don't want to. Do not need search. Need to search your mind. What is my mind? Where is it? What is its color? How is it? You don't ask. But then what should you do? You little bit like clearly, but continually rest. But clearly, just focus towards your mind. Perhaps you were not able to find, oh, that is my mind. If you find like an empty space, that is your mind. So you just focus towards your mind, and then if there is any thought arises, just acknowledge. Don't try to reject them, and don't follow. If you do not try to acknowledge, it's fine, but the problem is it's possible you will follow those thoughts. So that's where you just acknowledge that is your thoughts, and then don't adopt and don't reject, but then just clearly rest. Of course, you were not able to rest for many minutes or hours, but as much as possible, you try to rest as much as possible. You rest clearly, and then there are other thoughts. Well, so when other thoughts arise from your mind, same, you just acknowledge, and that's all. So then you're physically and mentally both don't focus tightly, but don't too loose. So that's where keep very balanced, and just clearly and clearly rest at ease. Okay. So, yellow book, page 56. We will dedicate our virtues, our merit, for welfare of all mother sentient beings. Emma Om Sar Sanje Nawan Dai Ta Yesu Jovo Tuje Jembo Ta Yanda Samba De Je Do Na La Sanje Jansan Pamen Kor Je Kor De jiang om sa ba de me ba ye de wai jin shi sha wei xian kan ter da xian de ne zhen bei jie ma tai jie wai xin jie ban ma jiu ba re de re jian ne nan de xiang dong xiu de ge da ge ma la da ba ye jiao jie san jie jiang zhen tam jie jie ge me zhe ba xin jie lao de se da ya da ban zan zhe ya wan bo da na ye zo wa.
Emaho, in the center, is the wondrous Buddha Amitabha of boundless light. To his right is Chenrizek, the Lord of great compassion, and to his left is Vajrapani, the Bodhisattva of great power. They are surrounded by an inconceivable number of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Limitless peace and happiness is the pure land of great bliss. As soon as I and others pass from this life, unhindered by another samsaric birth, may we be born there and see the face of Amitabha, boundless light. Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the 10 directions, through your blessings, please accomplish this aspiration without hindrance. Teata Pensagriya Avabotanaya Soha.
Page 28. Page number 28. Chanjo Senjo Renpo Je Ma Je Ba Nam Je Jor Je Je Ba Nyam Ba Me Ba Yang Gon Gon De Me War Jo.
May bodhicitta, the precious and supreme mind, arise in whom it has not yet arisen. Where it has arisen, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher.
Thank you so much, all of you. Thank you. Thank you, you all. Thank you. Have a wonderful time, and may you have, may your bodhicitta increase higher and higher, and may you benefit all beings greatly. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Khenpo, for the teachings, and thank you to everyone who joined us on the live stream. Please join us again on Tuesday the 30th at 8 a.m. in the morning for Aryatara practice. Thank you. Have a good week.